Just go up on split.
Yeah, and it's looking like we're going to get a brawl to start things off. Both teams with the majority of their players set up outside this A site. They both run pistols in this direction before. Good nade coming out of Forsaken already, and something, and Mindfreak peeking off the back of it. They're going to be stuck in the corner early on. This is a great start for PRX.
And Munchkin's in danger as well. He tried to jump away.
For attack sides out of GenG. Obviously, that is helped a little bit by having that Omen instead of the Astra. But other than that, it's an absolutely flawless start to this one.
Your opponents. GenG, they've not got off to a great start. And as the push comes in, okay, actually they're getting close. The pressure's kind of being applied to Munyet now. Blinded up, he's taken down. Okay, it's not a bad start at all for GenG, gaining some ground, now winning some more fights. And with heals up, okay. It looks like they've tidied it up eventually. But that got very scary for a moment. Be used to clear outside of it, but this late on in the game, you're just going to sit there, hope they dive into you. And as we can see, they've gone to the exact other side of the map. So for PRX, you know, it's hard to get back into a site with these weapons as well, especially a site like this where pretty much every fight on the way in is long range.
See, normally you talk about, okay, maybe going down to the spike or just trying to hold for exits, but I am waiting for Forsaken to attempt to try and blast back through something, and already Mindfreak taking a lot of control. Now, Texture in a fairly solo position. There's a chance. There's the blast backs already, and there's the judge. Exactly what Forsaken does. He got a rifle, but it's very short-lived. Well held by GenG, even with a little bit of chaos.
Yeah, I mean, they spread themselves out there. Lots of space, so even when that judge gets up close, he's only getting the one, and it's an immediate drop. The rest of the players easy to deal with when you've got that kind of weaponry advantage and you're not caught out of position. 2-1. It's a fairly bog standard start to the game. Pistol win for PRX, follow up, and then they lose. I mean, the one thing that we'll say is that maybe that third round could have seen a bit more damage out of that side. But again, they did gamble on a site. It didn't work out. This is what happens. Damage here as we get the operator out on something right away. And the shot is not landed. Munyet good for one and drop the B site.
Make sure he keeps control in mid, but it's slightly more stacked up than you might expect. The only problem is he might get caught. He's switching between utility. Finally, will pull the gun out, but the aggression of his teammate gets absolutely nothing. And wow, there is the 4 of the judge. Not going to find anything more, and for something, I hope to God he's going to save.
It's going to be caught in the replay, Tom, but I liked what I saw last round. Going to be caught in the replay, Tom, but fist bump into a high five. Let's see how many high fives there are for GenG after this one. They've got a lot of space, but that flash was perfect. Deadly from Devi, and he's managed to slip away towards the elbow. Another fight. And he's actually got a teammate in there. I don't know if they've seen Forsaken, but they certainly have now at heavy cost. Smokes are down, but so too are the majority of PRX players. It's only something left, but he has that off. The 1v2 he didn't go for. The 1v3, it's tempted him. It's pulled him in for the fight. He hasn't found them to start off, though, and that dash already halfway up. Wants to close the distance. So many tough angles, tight angles to clear with this op in hand. And no idea there's a player up top. He's checking the right angle. What a shot! But Lakio was close by, ready for that play. Like I said, the other problem here, GenG have a lot of credits built up. If PRX lose this round, it's going to be a skyrocket.
Oh, maybe when. That's not the start they were looking for. 2 players down immediately. Forsaken's been a hero before, but down to just 5 HP. That's not really going to work too well for them. And the Seekers went towards mid, but also in towards the A site. The realization's there eventually. Mindfreak can win this battle. It could be huge. I don't think they're going to expect him. It's such an obscure position to be in, but then it's almost revealed. Devi, though, has done well. Bringing back 2 kills. The spike left. Just about making it to the site, and it is going to bait in. Nice work from the side of Munchkin, teaming up with Texture. It leaves this man who did get healed up early in the round. As I said, he's been ever so devastating. Showstopper might just be able to clear, shoots it into the Viper's pit, but actually, Munchkin's just teamed up with his teammate. He's just left it. Doesn't even mind about the pit. I don't know if Forsaken realized it, but it doesn't even matter. Loses the fight to his counter.
I haven't seen the numbers of clutches from GenG versus PRX, but PRX also do very well in those late rounds. Players like Forsaken previously bailed them from so many situations. Now, weaker weapons, like we said, and close range surprise factor is probably the best way to find value. Mindfreak has at least picked up 1, but Karen is making this one look easy. 3 kills already under his belt, 40 HP, and he's tucking in the corner. It looks like he's going to get this one easily with Mind Freak drop. That's his 4th kill of the round. The confidence builder if ever I've seen one. And that's the last thing that PRX wanted to give to their opponent. Again, not talking about them losing the round. That's expected. It's the amount of players still alive on GenG. They're farming credits by the minute, but something has picked up one more. 3 to go. One hell of a play if he made it. And it ain't going to happen. Look at that firing squad down below.
Yeah, I think against any other team, maybe it'd have a chance, but GenG have been so good just playing off of each other, trading effectively. They don't even lose. The sort of switch up in tempo, especially in these anti-eco rounds, they're not allowing their opponents to really figure out anything that's going on. You had the instant TP to the back of site, information clearing things out. The rest of the team quickly execute. And
failed the test again and again. 5 in a row for GenG, and now ultis are there. Showstopper fired off, and Munyet had no chance. No smokes for the way back through. No paranoia to play with. Still some flashes on Divide, but PRX set up with a man disadvantage on a retake seconds into the round.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy to get back in here. As said, they're not bad in these 4v5s, but GenG are even better in the 5v4s. Opener, again, Karon takes down another Forsaken trying his best, but he's almost dead. It is, and well, Lackey and Meteor combined might be one of the fastest rounds.
Still possible for a 6-6 scoreline, but it has to start here with a much better defense. Now, we talked about some aggression from this PRX side, seeing it early on in rounds. So with a minute left on the clock, they're going for it. Good paranoia, but the fights don't go their way. GenG winning out every single one. There's no competition, Tom. Barely a lick of damage done, and what is negated by the heal. This is a disaster. Something might be able to save them. He's made big plays before with the Blade Storm. There's one! And not 2 damage, but no kills.
Munyet has a chance. Somehow this has come back into a winnable scenario. Just need to hit the bullet. Oh, that's so unfortunate. And like the beginning of this round, they were so ready. They had their whole team just waiting in mid, ready.
To 2, GenG finding next to no struggles. Close opportunity for PRX to clutch it, and this could have looked very different, but instead, they're on an eco. They've already lost something. Stingers to play with. Sheriff on Forsaken. And Texture's got confidence for days. He sees an eco, and he's diving down into vents after them.
The thing is, they've got so much control towards mid that they have to just be wrapping out from another position. But look how passive the players are. They know that there's going to be weaker weaponry, so they're just not giving them any of the close range fights. Karon up from above, there's not really an easy way to kill him. Maybe there is. Somehow Munyet got past all the defenses. Even still though, this post plant looks strong. Nade still available. They've been taking these sites so quickly that they've had no problems just having late utility. Wow, the time almost looks like it's gone. Trying to bait some space, but it's all too easy for GenG. And better.
Yeah, 13 for us, well 13-2 you. An opportunity here at least to shut down the first and the second. Munyet does well, Rockets on point. And with Lakia down, it looks like PRX are set to finally put another round on the board. Long have they waited. It's Karon to try to challenge, and he got an opportunity, but it was shut down eventually by something with only one standing. It's an easy win. 8 to...
Individual brilliance out of Forsaken. Definitely had support. I think he doesn't get that kill if it's not for Munyet being able to kill off the close player, but it's at least... I think Meteor's seen him, but it won't matter too much for now. He's going to activate the dash, something goes peeking, but now I'm just looking at that timer. TP into the backside once more. It's been cleared out, so the spike will be able to go down. This almost has to be a complete retake.
Oh, nice shot by Lakia as well. There's his 13.
Spike drop.
An opportunity indeed with that spike down. 15 seconds left. It's time for GenG to get a move on. Munchkin has to step out from that corner, and he's been caught. They need to dive on that spike and get it planted, but PRX are in their way. 4 more left in the tank for this second half. You have to hope that PRX have got something special planned on their attack, because this was a really chaos for him. Now it's a little bit more conventional, but that's never the name of the game with PRX. In he goes! Something's looking for a fight. Paranoia is perfect. Snake Bite's even better. And with 1 HP, Lakia doesn't stand a chance. The rest of the squad comes in to save him, but they've ended up falling to a 3 versus 1 with Meteor left standing and his back wide open. That's a mistake!
Oh, no.
And it almost was a costly one too.
This compositional change the thing that it adds is, firstly, you're going to have that paranoia available for Munya to sort of set them up in, as we saw at the beginning of...
It's a reason that they went to this comp after all. Nice shot by Meteor. Opportunity for more, and he's landed that shot as well. Forsaken's very low, a big help to any teammates that end up taking that fight. We may talk about the Outlaw, but this man's making it work with the Marshall, the cheaper weapon. And okay, an opportunity if they had have spotted the player in the corner. Munyet, though, able to deliver the killing blow. Mindfreak fell to a snake bite after being... Oh! What is that push from Meteor? You will rarely see a man with the gall or the gumption to do such a thing. Karen, 1 versus 2. A serious opportunity. We've got a Bulldog to play with, 100 HP. A Paranoia still online, both smokes. Timing is key, and they swung him together. That's a 3-2-1. No heavy price tag associated with it. Down in vent, this is an uncouth hole. 2 players, and they're dropping in, landing on each other's head. It couldn't be easier for Lackey. A sign sealed and delivered to this man with the heal up for his teammate. Munchkin's going to be back up in fighting form, and in a 5v3, that's another nail in the coffin for PRX. Tagged up a little on a ranged fight, and what an adjustment from Munchkin. Clinical, as now there's only 2 attackers standing. Their chances are looking pretty slim.
Yeah, he almost killed Devi through the screen as well, so he's going to be half HP entering the site. They don't even know that Munchkin's there. A perfect read to be pretty. Wouldn't normally talk about saving, but I think actually holding onto a gun here would have more value, and he's just been seen and knowing exactly where he is now. I imagine there's going to be pressure placed onto this man. Blast packs could be thrown in, but it's just going to be the entirety of the squad looking to just jump down upon him within those last few seconds. And well, it's not even needed. First one gets the job done, and GenG. Investment,
and PRX now left with a Stinger and a Sheriff. Light shields on most players. Heavy disadvantages to play with, and that orb, well, I mean, it kind of has worked because Munchkin fell into it, but not doing exactly what they intended.
It's not going to cover up above. They've had to re-smoke it. Again, an explosive start to the round, almost a kill. Well, I say almost, they've ended up with 3. This is exactly what PRX does. These fast-paced plays into the site. As mentioned, this was a weaker purchase. They had some pieces missing with that Sheriff and Stinger. Now, though, you look towards the players of GenG, and this 2v4 scenario. Flash is already going to reveal Texture's position, and they've spotted Karen as well. Although I say that, the peek out never really came in. The player behind the back of the site should have probably seen him. Now it gets a little bit more interesting. Space given to Texture, but it's both shots landed by Mindfreak. It's also now, you've talked about, it's 8 rounds in a row that were lost, an 8-2 scoreline. The difference is now just 2. That's how close PRX have managed to bring this. Going onto their favored side, the B site under serious pressure. Half the team still waiting patiently. Karen's reposition. It's Sublime. He's managed to TP behind them. He gets away with murder. Brilliant from Karen. We talk about picking this player out of ranked. He's put value. An immediate setup for the Paranoia, but this is a ruse. The spike is over on towards B.
Costly ruse, perhaps. Forsaken. The decay is going to fade, but he's still half HP, and Munchkin finds it too easy to deal with him. One well-placed shot, and he's down and out. Now we need to see the return for GenG as another is found. Something falls. 2 rifles still in play. Seekers still in play, and a few flashes here and there. 1, in fact, just on Devi. Not a lot for them to fight their way back through with utility, but it's this man's position that might get them something. He's found another with the weaker weapons. This man's an animal. Oh, he's being put down. And for PRX, they look to take it elsewhere, but those steps are heard. Meteor's in position, unbeknownst to them. You might have her trail, but, well, it's a little more difficult to deal with her cleanly. Mindfreak, the last man standing, 1v3, and Munchkin's already spotted him. He's a known quantity with a flank underway. Munchkin just needs to buy some time, back off, and let his teammates take it. And gets this kill, he's got himself a Viper's Pit to play with. Or if he dies, I suppose.
That's the thing. He's literally just playing with him because he knows that flank is coming. I really love it. It was brought up by Lack here in the halftime interview that he believes that playing with someone like Munchkin has brought a lot of depth to his own playstyle. And you can just see the intelligence even in this round. He literally just pulled Mindfreak towards him. He had no plans to fight him at any stage. Wants to just play the higher percentage play, and that's why GenG have been able to convert a lot of these advantages. And for PRX, A lot of the time I don't mind these gambles, but I feel like Forsaken has been one of the sort of glimmers of hope. So you were almost going...
G have been dominating in rifle rounds. Now they've got 4 ultimates to fall back on, up against weaknesses, but no Lakia. A big opening kill for the side of PRX, as Heaven could now be theirs. GenG might start to panic, might make a mistake, and with Munchkin inside the smoke isolated, that might just be the mistake they were looking for.
Oh, this could be big! Oh. He actually switches away, and it's just going to be the shutdown, surely, from Meteor!
They're winning almost all of the buy rounds thus far. The closer rounds for PRX have been individuals, and they need to show up individually and together. 5 in a row needed, and the challenge already underway.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, he put down early utility to try and slow this push a little bit, but the fact is, they underestimated the pacing. Lakia in the corner, but they expect it. He's stuck in the mud. Good utility usage in this round. It leaves now Karen. He's had some magical plays, but they know exactly where he is. Well, it seems so. Monia goes bouncing past him. Now, there is a flank, and no one really watching it, although it seems like Texture was doubting the player behind. Also a 1v1 taken, but it won't matter in the end. A 1 versus 5. Some serious mistakes needed, and Munyet's going to put him down immediately.
They've actually managed to deal with the vast majority of the ultimates as well there, Tom. GenG are left now with just a Viper's Pit. We listed all of them last round. They got used. They found nothing. GenG are finally seeing some negative economic state. No, that peek from Lakia was not expected. Good flash too, and it's a double. He's got his teammate Meteor with him, and they're absolutely extinguishing the flame of PRX's early fight. This squad's going to have to go back and reconsider, surely.
Yeah, I like this. Just a direct counter. These A-side takes have been one of the major problems. Viper's Pit, although they might just about win 2 duels. A little bit dangerous. Spamming. And because of that,
because this Viper's Pit isn't just stopping a push, it's stopping all of PRX's plans. Their plan was to blitz A. They get slowed, they get stopped, and now they have to go back and re-clear everything. Even if there's not a player flanking, if they're just pushed up in B main holding that aggro intel, you're going to find it very hard to actually dive in. Now this TP is to B site. Up top, it's going to be broken last second with something down below, spotted and taken down. GenG have the advantage. They're going to challenge Munchkin inside the pit. And what a mistake that was. Welcome to his world with Munyet, the last man standing, and a free kill presented. He's got 3 more to go.
15 seconds.
He's found the 4Ks in the past, Tom, but this would be exceptional.
Time.
Good luck to you. And good be on the line soon.
I don't mind the change back, because obviously this isn't the comp they played last time, but it is the comp they ran versus Heretics. I think it's slightly better for them overall. Still has something on the Jet as well, because they had a similar comp to this, but with him on the Reyna. I think this just allows him to do more damage. I like the start, though, from GenG. Oh, okay. They had that 3-man push initially. Didn't expect anybody to still be around the angle, and because of that, they've lost the first battle.
1 man down already, but the rest are rotating into the right spot. The read is good from the side of GenG as they move to the A site. Here comes PRX diving a little quicker than expected, but there's the return. They're not expecting this many players to be on that defensive side already. Anchored down, and they're winning the fights, leaving Devi all alone. The 1v2, good damage done, and the follow-up, and he's out of ammo. Knife out, and Karen wins! He brought a knife to a knife!
Take you in the 1v1. And well, I'll win it out. And well, PRX, that was, again, we talk about the advantages and their conversions. What was that, 5v3? As they get into the site, they get the initial opener and they get an entry, and then they don't convert the round. It's good work from GenG, but you always have to look at PRX and go, these are moments that you expect them to be able to convert. Not the start they were looking for. And again, we're going to see the same proactive approach from the defense, constantly looking to garner extra control. And PRX, they're going straight into the site.
Oh yeah, look, they're willing to dive. We can tell that as soon as Munyet picks up this agent, and well, he very nearly died to the turret. Not a good start, but Spike should at least be plantable. No nade left online for GenG. Nothing to really force these players out of the corner.
Spike planted.
With that seize, it's keeping him in position. It's only deducted about 10 HP or so because he was so low. And the problem now is you have to fight back through all these close-range angles where PRX have the numbers to play with on a lot of the fights they're going to take. Decent damage on the headshot, good follow-up, and then it's clean house for GenG. 2 players lost, not the end of the world.
Yeah, could have been much worse. Interestingly, yeah, something Wise shields into that round. So maybe hoping that they could get a kill and he could steal a gun away, but doesn't come to fruition. Textures was one off a showstopper going into round number 3, so especially on this map, it definitely is a little bit more difficult for challenge for those orbs, but it might mean that we see a bit more of an aid push.
GenG in a little bit of danger for Texture. That crosshair's lined up on his head, and it's done some damage, some serious damage by the looks of it. Down to 77. Texture's tagged. Lucky is dropped. And we can continue on with the spams. Heals for most players. Devi the only one to stay quite low, not having anyone to bring him back to full fighting health. The reality is, though, they're in a pretty good position. The close range spot by Karen shouldn't be left unchecked. There's still a flash on Devi. You expect that to pop as they move forward. No, in fact, it's just a double swing, and the same thing there. Exactly. Clean trades for PRX.
Yeah, it looks like it's just going to be fight after fight. Meteor now has to try and pull off some individual brilliance as well. I think a little bit too predictable on when he'd make his move. Munchkin on the other side of the map, and the thing is, he could just hold this through to the next round, but I don't expect him to. When there's an opportunity to have an upgrade, maybe take a gun away.
Oh, indeed. Yeah, I mean, not a position you're going to be clearing a lot of the time. Done well to start. Player close is low. Devi and Mindfreak both playing without shields and with a bit of dent to their health. Forsaken also with no shields and no head anymore. This is getting very costly for the attacking side, with Munchkin not stopping anytime soon. He's already picked up 3, and now he's quickening his pace to the site. The time is so desperately low, and he doesn't know where Devi is. The element of surprise gets PRX the kill and the round. And there's going to be a real challenge for this attacking side. Weakness is already seen. A chance for GenG to shut down the way back through for PRX very early on. We know this is a map that both teams can pull to tight contention, but with GenG having done that extra work on it, picked it into this series, I'm worried for PRX. It's early times just now, but with showstoppers online for both squads, we knew this was coming. Munyet's on the way, head caught on the arch on the way through. It slowed him down enough and actually bought some time for Meteor to escape. And for Munchkin to round the corner, no one's going to go down to that showstopper, but it's claimed a lot of space.
Yeah. Oh, they don't realize how close Karen is. He had to move because of the Tiger. Monya's going to try and aggress. This is risky. Multiple players on the other side. Showstopper, he should be dead. He actually almost manages to catch one. Even still, though, for GenG, this is looking fantastic. Timing couldn't be worse for something either. It's going from bad to worse for PRX. They need to find a miracle through these spams. At least been able to get one, but they don't know if the player's still on the spike. The second tap will definitely help them out, but it's no, it's just going through. Too many bullets to dodge there. But GenG, they break hurt now.
Yes, it absolutely is. Now you see the butterfly effect of that. Well-placed showstopper by Textures. We said there were 2 online, only 1 found its mark. And then the chaos afterwards. Every time you see someone on PRX turn their crosshair to look
for a gamble rotation, so he's just moving that Odin elsewhere. Not the most common door to spam because you are open to a couple of angles, but it won't matter. And this is the thing. We've seen this scenario many a time. Find a kill, TP back. Karen is excellent at knowing when to reposition as well, so they can leave those spots open. This is ambitious.
Where is he going? Where is he going? He's made it just about around that corner, but well, that was risky. If they came through that wall, Tom, I'm not sure that would have went the way he was thinking. Spray good for Munchkin. It's a narrow alleyway to fight in, and wow, that's a lot of damage. No chance for PRX here. Of course, we did mention they have those weaker weapons. They don't have a lot to play with, and they'll get nothing.
Here we go, though. Again, early paranoia. I think this one is not really going to be played upon. I like the idea, again, using that haunt to get them space, but something, I think he's just going to disrespect the utility. Had enough of these pushes coming through. He is going to get pinged up. They know where he is, and Texture's already there to support.
That's it. They're trying to punish the Odin. They know that it's not easy to fight from this angle, especially when the door gets open, and now he's dead. But That's what it's all about on GenG, filling in the spaces and being able to fight afterwards. But with the return from PRX, they've got a real chance. The headshot angle held by Mindfreak, but Meteor's just ducked underneath it, playing the limbo, and he's winning this game with Mindfreak down. It's 45 HP, and a dream turned to a nightmare. PRX losing out on another. They had to take that second fight. PRX had someone to take the third. This time, though, they lose out when it comes to the post-plan. Gotta say, they really could have used that round.
Yeah, this is one of those things as well where Meteor's in a 2v2 scenario. The amount of times I feel like I've watched him just get both kills and his teammates still rotating. Like, he's just so confident at this stage in his individual ability. Isn't to be. And now, well, Bladestorm is really all we could talk about. And they're so ready for his initial play. Almost goes down, but has managed to dodge that singular bullet fired by Texture.
Yeah, the thing is that's sending them elsewhere. Forsaken was trying to claim some space by sneaking through. We saw good success for that. I think Yet on the previous map was throwing out a few of those little feelers. But the idea now is you can't play up against that op. This ain't the round for it. Your Bladestorm's already gone, and everyone else has pistols. Close range, numbers advantage is the way to go, and they've done it, at least trading out the first. Karan, though, he has been consistent every single time they've challenged him. This guy's coming up with multiple. 7-2 right now. Teammate ready to swing, and luckily, because Karan was dropped very quickly, so too is Meteor. Hell, it's winnable for Divine, but his knife was pulled out. Tried to evade some spam.
Side of PRX. Counter operator going to be invested into on something. He has had a very quiet start to this game, and a reaction shot from Texture already puts down Munyet.
You see the idea as well? We see the aggression, we try to take space elsewhere. Denied on A, because GenG are getting aggressive, giving PRX a taste of their own defensive medicine. This is a really good start with 4 ultimates to fall back on, 3 of which will help you out if you're in a pinch. For PRX, where do they go? Where do they take it? Maybe they can get a neural theft if they can even drop a body. And they cannot.
Oh, no.
A wallbang kill with the Odin from Lakia. That's something dropped. That's the op down, and he's looking for a little bit more. I don't know where they're going to take this on the attack, but I think I know what the result will be regardless.
Forsaken's been quiet as well, and reposition. Nice shot at least. It'll make things that little bit more interesting. The reveal as well will tell exactly where their opponents are. Knowing there's only one player here, the turret though, keeping things disruptive. And Meteor, again, full sprinting to help his teammate out. It gets close for a matter of dominance in this match. 7-1 on the defense. I don't know, yeah, second pause is going to be called for PRX. At this point, I feel like they're running out of ideas. I also just did tidbit as well. Last 3 times, GenG have played and won this map. 8 rounds on attack, 9 rounds on attack, 9 rounds on attack.
We have no advantage. We're playing
They're
from
going to
behind.
push B. It looks like they are. Insta smoke. B control being taken by 3 players. Just waiting to see if the push will come through in that direction. It's going to allow them the fast take back of this control. Paranoia immediately put through. The trade's not awful in the beginning, but they quickly divulge into nothing for the side of PRX. Forsaken trying to claim it back though. Finally, he comes alive.
Well, this is the round that he needed to wake up in. That spike is theirs, and they can walk it straight to the C site once that door is closed. 16 HP, Mindfreak on 42, but Texture's got an op and a nade. And there's a snake bite left. This could be very, very dangerous indeed. For now, though, Texture's not deploying the nade. Instead, sitting down, op in hand, 16 HP, turned to 0. Nice shot with the operator as Mindfreak now has a nade below him. He's safe up top. He's got the angle, could even pick off Munchkin. That could make it winnable, but Texture's a little too quick.
I love it.
I didn't think he could fire off that quick.
It's just like, he's got an op as a negative, and then it's like, no,
Boom,
never mind.
Wide swings it. Like, all right, we're quick scoping now.
Yeah, it definitely is looking like a golf in class, which, again, considering this is the #1 and #2 from the same region, though we've already seen them play a best-of-5 series that was a 3-1, and a lot of the maps were close. It looks like GenG have leveled up, and for PRX, I don't know if they've fallen off, because that's looking like the difference between these two is not the same we've seen before. All 5 ultimates, by the way. GenG don't need them. That's actually the point we're in. They don't need the ults. They're just winning the rounds anyway.
Normally you'd be thinking at this point, oh, let's just throw one out just to see.
There you go.
There it is. Okay. Cycle the economy a little bit. Here comes the big rocket, and it's not landed. It's not found the value it needed to. The lockdown has been destroyed, and Meteor was tagged down quite a bit.
That's the value, right? That's the value. They got rid of the they got rid of the lockdown, so they can at least claim some space. He's screwed. There's no way he survives that.
It's a little messy. It's giving PRX a chance, Tom. They haven't planted the spike, but they don't need to if they win these fights again and again, and they have. Lakia dropped, leaves Munchkin 1v3. If he wins this, I'm putting the headset down. They've got decent amount of HP, and they've lost Mind Freak. Okay, but it's all right. They've still got 2 players, no utility to play with. They've got to just take these fights, not one at a time. That's the only thing I beg of you. Not one at a time, not up against Munchkin right now. He's 11-4. He's been winning round after round, but a reposition by Forsaken.
Nice.
The swing is good.
Nice.
And the double peak wins the day, 8-2.
That's the weird thing about it. And again, a lot of this just came down to some brilliant individual play from Something, finally putting a couple of kills on the board. The fact is they did peak Munchkin individually. First player peaks, dies. Second, you desk completely for Alex if they managed to lose that round, but it's scary that it even got close.
I think just get rid of the desk, man. Punching bag with an LED screen in it.
Whose face is on it?
It depends on the game. Make it interchangeable. Well, Forsaken's picked off Karen. That's a fantastic kill. Look how open the A side is. And they've made that realization. There's no further challenge. There's no utility. There's no reaction from GenG. So Forsaken realizes it's wide open, and he gets caught by Lakia. That timing was near perfect. You have to, well, I mean, you could call it a mistake. At the end of the day, he was open to like 6 angles, so he has to just be clearing those, constantly being paranoid about them. The site, though, is lost, and PRX will find the plant nonetheless.
Showstopper online. Not wanting to allow them to set up. Something's going to try and get aggressive, but he's not going to manage to land the shot. Now, I think the flash through the back might have actually caught Munchkin, so he's going to actually reposition through B instead. Move away from the flank position. It's open. I think it's because Divide's having to check too many angles. The Seekers at least will give it away. Showstopper has been thrown in. He might get caught by all of the Seekers, but his teammates got his back, and that means he'll be able to kill off Mind Freak. The remaining players a bit of an obscure position. Munyet has not been cleared yet, and because of that, he's going to be able to deny the defusal. The spam doing so much damage, and now it's all on to Divide with an operator. First shot missed, but he just needs to kill the guy defusing, and he's done enough. There's no time left. Finally, PRX pull out the miracle rounds.
Pit. That's going to be a problem to fight through on the defensive side, or potentially a very strong tool for retakes.
Man, it's scary when it's a Red Bull clutch that gets you your 3rd round, but as long as they're getting the rounds, I don't think they're going to mind too much. This battle is now changed. It was previously Karon being solo, and now it's Texture, and his operator has been fierce.
Looks like they're going to go back into it. Is there a flash? Is there anything? No. No, it's just a dry, wide peek by Munyet. Players up top looking to trade, but Texture's out of the angle too quickly. PRX have given him another shot, and it looks like another bite of this apple. As around comes another, but finally the miss is there. Texture gets the reset, though, with low HP. He's dancing around, but he's being caught. There was no escape this time, and with Lakia falling, a real chance emerging for an 8-4 half. It looks like PRX have finally woken up. They've found some punch to be packed. Let's see. Meteor's on his way in. Up close with a teammate further away. Munchkin's making a lot of noise. They're trying to find an angle to deal with him, and instead running into Meteor. Well played. Now they can group up and try to force this 2v2 with the Viper's Pit. That was a little scary. Thought Munchkin was about to be spammed, but now they've got a lot of space as they close in the distance. No snake bites to play with, though. That could help out, keep them way out of this pit, and with Munchkin falling, it's done. PRX 8-4 at the halftime.
They're almost identical to what we saw in the last half. A streak of rounds. That's just disgusting. I was thinking from Forsaken's point of view, I didn't even really see anything main, so then get the finances built up early, get the orbs rolling on the duelist, which is exactly what's happened thus far. Marshall. This is a round that they shouldn't really have any opportunity to win. The weaponry not falling into their hands off the kills they've garnered, and the players they're pushing into are actually just going to start pushing into them. A good round from PRX. Cross has already happened, so something now in a pretty deadly position, and honestly, I think Meteor's a little bit lucky there to even get one.
Well, here's the chance for that operator to finally show its ugly face. Ugly for the side of GenG as they lose a player right off rip. And it's Texture, the man with the responsibility to take the space to close the distance. Now they'll be a little bit slower on the way around these corners, which is just perfect for something. He had to be watching the right way, though, and Munchkin caught him unaware. The same happens with Devi, though, leaving it to a 3v2 defensive advantage, and Devi walkabouts. He's been so good. 19 kills, looking for his 20th and his 3rd of the round. And it looks like he might, oh, he will get the opportunity, but he's being dropped. Doesn't matter, because Munyet's there to catch him when he falls.
19 and 10, topping the entire scoreboard right now. Something once more. They know he's going to be here. They know there's a high chance he'll be here, and they're actually going to really put the pressure on early.
I don't mind this from GenG. They have players lurking elsewhere. Trap just got broken on B. So now for PRX, they have to be worried about the flank. It means you're not going to have Forsaken there to help with this fight. Instead, something has to do it on his own, and again, he finds Texture. That's a big part of this take. They tried to seize the space with him blast packing in, but instead, they've been left to try and trade it out. 2 versus 3. Meteor's good position has been noted. As we said earlier, they know that trap was broken. They know there could be someone around here. It's why you see Devi wait for Mindfreak, wait even for the plant to come through, while Munyet finishes this flank. Looks like they're aware. Well, they're very much aware that something is going on. I mean, PRX haven't made a move. Why haven't they? Why are they not trying to fight for any bit of control? And that's not something they'll find an answer to until they plant the spike.
It looks like because they've spotted players near B, and they're worried about their spawn, they're actually going to go fighting aggressively. This could be a big win if it comes through. Nice work from Meteor. 1 bullet left. And nothing being spotted towards the spawn. This means they know where they are. The peek out is perfect, and he goes back with the pistol. He does it a lot.
Not the dash anymore. It's faded out. But Munchkin, oh, the shot's missed. And Munchkin's been given a second chance at life, while the showstopper is again just, oh, I thought just used for space, but if he fires it out close, no, he doesn't pull the trigger. And now he realizes his mistake as the dive comes in from PRX. They've got a lot to work with.
The ult stow should be, well, in theory, forcing them back, but it hasn't happened at all. They went aggressive, made this one problematic. Spike already planted at least, so they're going to have to respect it and just fall back. Munchkin's still holding, and they have a pretty nasty potential crossfire just with the amount of time that can be born. Munchkin is just looking at that clock. That's all he really aiming for, sitting back, waiting for the push. He manages to land the first, almost onto the second. The PRX respond in turn, a back and forth so far in this second half, and they close the gap once again to just 1 round.
Munchkin, 1 orb, 1 plant, but the main thing is something has got basically an all right now. That's a Yassine dash, but it works out for him, no punish, and the reposition gets him another kill. Swing out, coming in to the side of PRX and closing the round in just a second.
Between Devi and everybody else was a lot. Well, something has been closing the gap. I'm also just looking at Mindfreak.
Yeah, it looks like they're looking at him too. Karen was trained in on that with Texture finding a field day. 2 HP left on Devi. He'll find it hard to get any impact from this point. A stray bullet enough to take him down, but he's caught Karen off guard. The flash covers his retreat. No more flashes, and they don't regen anymore. But an opportunity still. No, shut down. 2 versus 3 though. Viper's pick could change the game.
They're trying to get in as quickly as humanly possible, but Meteor's there to defend. Leaves it onto something. As said, he's had a real resurgence. They just fall back to enable the reload. Never mind, he's just looking to reposition completely. I think they know exactly where he is, but somehow he still wins the battle. 3 bullets left in the clip. The pit's been dropped. He's already going to spot 1, but he's now just out to the classic, and it's a classic v classic. Malaki is the one.
They've got a lot set up in front of them, Tom. There is a showstopper for Munyet. Other than that, everybody is just on the rifles. Credits are low. GenG could be on the home stretch very, very soon, and Forsaken in that corner needs value. They've not seen him. He's good for 1 and damage on Texture. Those could be very, very pivotal facts for us as PRX look to move back through. So many players are low. One extremely low in the corner. It's the Rocket to find him.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. That trade's all right. That was the low HP player that goes down. I don't think they're going to mind that whatsoever to put it back into a 3 versus 3. Something about to try and go through this. His teammates a little bit further behind. No flash available for Device, so it's just going to have to be the raw push. Already managing to retrieve a rifle, but every member falls. GenG now get a double back of...
This has just about come ahead. When it came to rifle rounds, they weren't able to succeed. Now early push, it's not quite a rifle, instead it's a set of blades, and those don't even get fired off. They lay by his side as he falls to the floor. Something down, so too is Devi, and they're ready for another player close. There seems to be nothing that PRX can do to surprise this GenG roster in the last few rounds. And with 12 looking like it's on the board, Tom, these players, they have to be feeling the crushing weight of this series. The lower bracket is beckoning them, and there they'll face elimination against the Sentinels or allowed. There's no easier fight for them than a team that they know. The devil they don't is coming.
Seems like GenG have got their number. This round at least was a weaker investment, but they had to use one of the ults and it got absolutely nothing. And the second we've got into these post-plants, that's where GenG have looked their most fearsome.
Any one of those can open sights, pull you out of sticky situations. Door open. That was the defenders, but it's covering Munyet's push forward. Problem is, okay, good nade up close. That's going to force that player out in the open. Problem is, Texture was covering it. And now the push on mid is spotted as well. 3 players left for PRX. And it looks like they've still got a fight in them. Nightfall won't evade it. He's being caught. But, oh, it's fake information. The Shrouded Step has bought a little bit of an advantage for Mindfreak because he's still alive, his HP recovering, but with something down. And Devi, very much known towards that spawn. Mindfreak's on the wraparound, wants to move towards that singular door. For this, Devi needs to buy some time. He still has a flash to play with. There it goes. It's popped and it's cleared out this corridor. Devi's even won the fight. The smoke is down. A chance if Mindfreak can make it to Devi, if they can take this fight together, but they don't know where the last players are. And the nade has even forced them back for a second. The time now very low. And with 2 players still to root out, it might be too low. Devi just dodges that seize, but Mindfreak down. The time now not to be played with. Okay, no, Texture went out swinging. There's no chance. There's no chance whatsoever. He had